All right. Let's see here. I just had to get the logistics set up to go. Yeah, it looks like we're pretty good shape here. Start my Discord up as well. All right. See how this works out. I'm going to be broadcasting both here and on WebEx, both in YouTube and WebEx. We'll see how it works out. So let's see here. Let's make sure this guy is running. Yep, it sees everything. I need to turn on my video here just for grins. Let's see here. Well, let me move that to the front. Interesting. Interesting here. See if it's dark enough yet. It's 9:10. All right, the sun's been down an hour. I could probably start my run. Or at least make the first slew. See how our focus is doing here. We're in good focus. Yeah, we're looking at Capella right now on the guide camera. And the main camera, the Canon's got that there too. So let me turn that off, turn this off. So that's Capella on my 300 millimeter. I'm not sure what's about to focus on this. Let me check. Yeah, let's see if this gets any better. No. Don't. A little too much purple. Right there should be pretty good on that camera. All right. Okay. Next thing to do is start this sequence up. And let's do our first slew. I better check that. Maybe I turned that off. No, I've got it turned on. Interesting. Oh, that's because of that one. Yeah, that's no big deal. I can turn that on later. That's for the second one. All right, we're slewing. Yeah, I'll turn the infrared on so you can see it in the corner there. Hi, Ani. If you need to test your audio, Ani, there's a Up at the top there, you'll see there's a option to check out your audio. Or you can just type in the text down at the bottom to me and let me know if you can see the screen okay. Okay, it's plate solving right now. Hello, Dave. Just let me know if you have any issues with the audio or the video. Right now you're muted, Dave. I can unmute you if you want to test it out. Test, test, test. Go ahead.
Test.
Yep, you're working.
Okay. You can hear me now?
Yeah,
I can. Right?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, it says, oh, okay, and my video too?
No, I don't see a video. Let me see. Yep, I see your video. It's over here.
Okay. All
right, good. Yep.
All right. What are you up to?
I just slew the Comet T2, and it did a plate solve at centering, and it just started the auto guider, and it is now taking the first image. We're taking 60-second images of Comet T2. And then I'm going to go on to Y4 after this part of the sequence is done. So I'm running SG Pro, and there's the comet in the corner here. This is a FITS file.
Okay.
You see it?
Yep.
So this is a FITS file, so it's not in color, but I can bring that up in color with another tool called Astro Toaster. But for the moment here, I'm trying to figure out a couple other things out while we're running here while people coming in. Let me know if you, yeah. Ani, I don't hear you, and I don't know if you hear me. Ani's logged in here too.
Yeah, I see that, but I don't see a video.
No. So anyhow, I don't know if you know anything about this facility I have here in my backyard, but I've got a 10-inch Ritchie Chrétien on a Lost Monday G11 mount, and I've been running this for a little over 3 years now, up here near Fenton, and got a roll-off roof, observatory. Of course, I've had the observatory. Go ahead.
I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures of your observatory, and of course the beautiful photos you are sending out to us.
Oh, well,
real delight.
Well, thank you, thank you. Well, now you get to meet me live. Well,
Yeah.
kind of live. You should see my video down in the lower right corner there.
Actually, you're up in my top. I have a
okay. Yeah.
View of you.
Yeah. However,
at my top.
However, which way you set it up on yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm also broadcasting simultaneously on YouTube, so I'm recording this. So you'll be live. Your audio will be live on the YouTube channel, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just letting you know, warning everybody that
Yeah.
I record my sessions. I've got about 80 recordings on there already from the last few years of. I don't record every night, but I figured we'd do any clear night observing session tonight. since it's clear here for the moment. And besides that, you get to sit in your nice warm room.
Yes, you have it. I mean, I think about Brian, shooting his shots in the middle of winter down for New Mexico. And what could be better? Sitting in a nice warm place in your house and taking pictures in New Mexico.
Yep. Well,
Fantastic.
I've got the next best thing. I'm still sitting in my
Yeah,
still sitting in my house,
you're
but I don't have New Mexico skies.
no, no. That's right. Well, he's going to tomorrow night.
Yeah.
He's working with the Plymouth Astronomical Society there, and he's going to put on a live demo, which he's done for us at our club meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Of his setup down there, and then he'll do a couple of shots for us. So we're looking. It was supposed to be tonight, but apparently it's cloudy in New Mexico tonight.
Yeah. Well,
so he postponed it till tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to get more than a couple of hours here tonight, but I figured, I try to use every clear night that's available. So
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just copying my next object's RA, and I got to put that into this data set here. So I'll click on that, Y4, and paste that in. Yeah, that sucker's really moving. Okay, that should be saved up. So I've got two comments on the list for tonight, and we'll give that a shot.
You have Y4 as one of them?
Yeah.
That was the one that is picking up now?
Oh, definitely going to go after Y4.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm going after T2 first, because it sets before Y4 does.
Okay. Yeah. Well, for me, E2 is in the trees to the west of me. And Y4, I got a picture of it, but not very good. Just have a little 5-inch Celestron.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't much to look at.
All right, let me bring up my little program that converts the FITS files to color. See if I can get that up and running here. Nope. Cancel. Bring that over here. And we're going to settings. And we're going to browse. And let's see here. I need to go to, there we go, pan stars. Yeah, it's been 9 days since we've had clear weather. All right.
We did have we had 3 days there for a while. There was a Thursday, a Friday, and a Sunday.
Yeah, that was back on the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those were nice days.
Yeah, I know. I was running all 3 nights. I picked up, followed Y4 all 3 nights. Well, let's see, on the 5th. I don't know what was going on the 5th. Now that I think about it. I don't remember. Let's see here. Let's go to.
Is what I'm looking at on your screen now, is this a 60-second exposure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's a 60-second exposure. All right, now I'm going to bring up a color version of it here. Single frame, no stacking.
Yep.
And we're going to enhance it here. Give it a minute. It's computing. All right, there it is. We'll back it off a little bit, but you can see the coma. This is T2.
And that's just a single frame, right?
Correct.
Wow. Wow, amazing.
Single 60-second frame. The bright stars
Yep.
are blown out, but you could
Yeah.
see some coma around the nucleus, and I'm gonna darken it up just a little bit here. There we go. A lot of noise in it with a single frame. What I'll do is
Yep.
I'm going to take a whole bunch of frames and then I'll stack them on the core of the comet to generate a single output tomorrow.
Are you using DSS?
Deep Sky Stacker for my stacking? Yeah. Yes.
And you said you can center it or have it focused on the comet.
On the core, yeah, there's an option to do that.
Yeah. Well, I downloaded DSS, and when I read the manual, I saw there was a place to select. Okay, you're looking at a comet. Yes. Well, when I downloaded my version, that option was not there, so I
Did
don't quite understand that.
Okay. It's kind of silly how they did this actually, and I can explain it to you while this is collecting data. I'll bring up DSS right now. You see it there?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you normally go to say register pictures, which it's not going to let me do because I don't have any pictures in there,
Yeah.
that's not where you set your Comet request up. You go down here to
No.
options. Under options settings, you go to stacking settings, and here
Okay.
there's a tab called Comet. It's right next to result. See that?
And I'm quite sure it is not on my version, but I will double check again.
Yeah.
I'll go back and double check that.
Under
Yeah.
options settings and then Comet tab, and you set stars plus Comet stacking, or you can just do Comet stacking. Your choice.
Okay.
Do the Comet.
I'll go back and look at it again.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's there.
Okay. Well,
because I know it talked about. I read the manual first before I downloaded. Oh, that would be neat. But then when I don't download it, I says, find the Comet option.
So this is version 4.2.3.
What I see here. See what I got here. Oh, yeah, well, and I've got 4.2.3. What did you say yours was?
Same thing, 4.2.3.
Oh, okay. All right. So it should. Well, let me just check.
Yeah,
setting.
Go down to options, settings, stacking. Yep.
Yeah. There it is.
Yep.
Why didn't I see that before? Okay. Yep. I'm all set.
But the confusion is people go to register their with the register option, right? There's a stacking parameters option there. It does not have that tab.
Okay.
Which
all
is
right.
silly.
Maybe I went to the wrong tab. Okay.
Oh, it's only under the it's only there under the options tab. So.
Yep. Okay. All right. Very good. I did my stacking, but didn't use the Comet option. I just did it, and I suppose probably the default is on the stars, right?
Yes.
Stacking based on aligning the stars.
Okay, you guys, just to let you know, those on YouTube, I'm also on WebEx, and I have a lot to manage here, so I'm sorry if I delay my time of getting to you on your text chat in either WebEx or on the YouTube channel, okay? Ani,
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Ani. I just saw your request there.
Okay. Yep. I was having trouble on my desktop, so I fired up my laptop, and now everything is working.
Oh, very good.
Cool.
Well, welcome aboard. So this is the WebEx version.
Yep. I kind of like the WebEx version because you can interact with the host.
Yep.
YouTube is just more like chatting, I guess.
Well, or just watching.
Or just watching, but with YouTube, you have to be like, you need to respond to the chat and do your business, which I find it kind of
I know.
troublesome.
Yep, I do too. Well, you just have to,
But
yeah, you got to pay attention to the text. I'm actually on my Discord channel too, in case anybody comes in there, but only because they're sometimes used to doing that. And
I'm surprised you got clear
Evening, Doug.
sky. Looking at the weather.
it is clear.
Actually, yeah, we do.
It's
Yeah, it is clear.
it is popcorn clouds across the state, so it's going to probably come and go. But I am expecting it to be clear for about 2 hours, enough to get my comet runs done.
See what the astrophysics says.
Yeah, I didn't think it
But
would
it
be
does
worth
say
going
it's
out.
going to clear till midnight. But the seeing is horrible.
Yeah. So I heard another voice. Was that Harmony Smurf? Somebody else.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, he's on my Discord channel, so I've got 3 things going right now, besides the telescope. I have a WebEx, Harmony. If you want to try that, it's up to you.
I don't know what that is.
I've got a link. Second here.
Doc, have you tried? I know you're more like a comet hunter.
Yeah.
But have you tried Venus?
Yeah.
Lately?
I did a couple of weeks ago, Ani. And I posted one picture of it. It was kind of.
Okay.
I would like if I'm going to do planetary, I want to take my on-axis guiding port off and reconfigure the whole thing with a eyepiece projection, so I get some power. So get some power, because I'm only running 2,000 millimeter.
I see.
Okay.
I tried it. Also a couple. When was that? Yeah, almost a week ago. With my Skywatcher 180. Kind of decent picture.
I saw your picture. It looked quite nice.
Yeah, it was decent.
It looked like what, a 3/4? No, a 1/4 phase. Yeah.
But I've been reading about Venus, and apparently, if you shoot it with a UV filter, you might be able to get some texture with it. So I was wondering if any of the members got a picture of Venus with a UV filter. Problem is, I didn't want to try it out because the cheapest UV filter is $200. And it just doesn't make sense spending $200 for a single picture.
Right.
Anyway.
So Harmony Smurf, I'm actually going to disconnect from Discord. I'm going to from the audio portion. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm working on that other program.
So, Doug, is it true that Atlas Comet is breaking up?
Yes, it is. And I'm going to take some images of tonight, see if we can detect it.
Bummer.
Yeah, well, comets are comets.
Exactly.
They do what they want to do.
What about this guy that Uma Bura whatever it's called?
What, the one that's 19th magnitude?
Is it gonna get any closer?
No.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm gonna say good night, but Ani, I guess we might see you tomorrow at the Plymouth get together for Brian.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah,
let's
we
hope
hope
so.
Yeah,
he said it was cloudy in New Mexico. Can you believe that?
Oh yeah. Wait, let me check.
I'll be there. I may be there tomorrow night as well.
Believe it or not, it's not that bad. It's not that cloudy. I'm looking at
he canceled
New Mexico. Correction. Oh yes, it is.
It's cloudy.
A little bit. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, if I had, yeah, I mean, if you look at the clouds on top of New Mexico, if we
Yeah.
have such weather, we will be like doing a happy dance.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting some clouds here. Let me check my wider field camera here.
Anyway,
Yeah, I
I'm going
wish.
to I'm going to sign off,
Okay,
and
Okay.
maybe I'll see you two guys tomorrow.
Okie doke.
All
have a
right.
good one. Good night.
Night.
Let's take a preview here. Hello, Kelly.
This is
Hello
your
there.
this is your wide field camera,
No,
the
this
600D.
nah, it's the 600D, but I got the 300 millimeter on it, not the wide field.
Okay, well, it's still wide enough.
Yeah, it's a couple of degrees. I forgot I left it on there because I was using. Well, actually, I want to leave it on there for the. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, no clouds in that area, so comet's pretty close to the middle. You can see it there, a
There you go.
little fuzzy ball there. So we're not dealing with clouds yet, so we're in good shape. We're only gonna, let's see, I'm on frame 19 out of 20 at 60 seconds. I'm gonna take 3 2-minute shots, and then we're on to the Comet Atlas. Oh, I think, let me see here, yeah, 20 minutes. Gonna change that one. So I'm on 19, yeah, one more, and then I'll be hopping to three 2-minute shots. I just want to get a little more.
Are you going to refocus at Atlas?
It automatically focuses.
Oh, so it's an active
It's
focus.
an
Okay.
I've got an active focus. I was closed loop active
Yeah,
focus.
you told me about it once. I believe at the Star Party,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Great Lakes Star Party. I wanted this. Oh, there you go. It's active.
Here, I'll show you.
How do you know it's active? I mean, how do you know it's working?
It's right here.
Okay.
If it's green, it's focused. If it's yellow, it's pretty close to focus. If it's red, it's not focused. But what it's doing is it's looking at this star over here on my guider. See the little spot of my guide camera?
Yeah.
It's using that as the focus star. So what it does is it looks at I'm taking a shot on the guiding camera every 3 seconds, and the focus lock is looking at it, and it'll look at it for 15 shots and decide whether it needs to move. And since the guiding camera is parafocal with the main camera's in focus. Remember, I haven't.
So the guide camera is actually the imaging camera?
No,
Okay.
I have an on-axis guiding port.
Oh, okay, okay, got it.
Okay, I'm going to minimize my Discord. I got to keep an eye on the participants. This probably got us locked. I need to unlock the room so they can get in there without me having to check that. Let me see here. Unlock the meeting. All right, unlocking the meeting so you can join and not have to necessarily have me.
I have to say, your guiding is phenomenal.
It is about 4/10 of an arc second total on the RMS error, or 0.29 on the RMS error, or 0.43 arc seconds.
Yeah, I wish I can get that. With that said, I do disassemble and assemble my setup every night. So
Yeah, but you're not running 2,000 millimeter focal length either.
no, no. Mine is what, 540
Yeah,
millimeter.
yeah,
That's my imaging telescope.
right.
My guide telescope is what?
No. The point I'm making is you have 4 times as much error bar than I do.
Oh yeah. Correct.
Yeah, I gotta be able to track around an arc second because I'm
Correct.
not only acquiring data at 2,000 millimeter, I'm also guiding at 2,000 millimeter.
Ugh. Still, I find it very phenomenal.
So we got three people on the YouTube channel. I had this. I sent this out to you guys so you could see how this works, how this would work. It was pretty easy for you to get in on WebEx, right? And even John got in pretty easily. So you just hit that link and it brings you in.
Yeah, it was
As
rather
long
easy.
as, long as you accept us.
Yeah, I've got that unlocked now, so I don't have to accept you.
Okay,
This should come in automatically now. For
got
some
it.
reason, after about 10 minutes, it locks up automatically. I don't know why. I think it's just part of the timers. Yeah, because I don't lock the meeting deliberately. It just gets locked. So anyhow, that's a, see, I'm not stacking this guy, but I can tell it's already moved. It was below that star, now it's to the left of it.
Which one is that?
This is Panstar T2, 2017 T2. In fact,
How did you get the color image from SGP?
I'm not. I'm using
Oh, okay.
Astro Toaster to process it in real time.
Does it stack, or do you just open it
I
a fit file and
I can
with it?
no, I can stack with Astro Toaster. Yes, what it uses is DSS underneath it. DSS Live, Deep Sky Stacker
Uh-huh.
Live. It uses Stacker Live to stack, but I'm not stacking these images because the comet's moving. But if I was doing a regular galaxy or something, yeah, I would be stacking. I'd stack 30 or 40 of them so people could see it get better over time.
Is it a free software?
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah. It's called Astro
What is
Toaster.
it called?
Astro Toaster. It is it's on the last frame of this, and then we're going to slew to the next comet.
So, thank you. I always wanted to get something, see my data live without bringing it in it to PixInsight,
Right.
just for testing.
Yeah. Well, Astro Toaster will do that.
Sweet, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. I should have probably put this link in the YouTube channel so people knew. We'll put it there now. I thought usually I just use Discord and YouTube, but I thought I'd bring this up on WebEx tonight.
Is this where you have the meetings for Warren Astronomical?
Yes, on the WebEx, they have a separate link. It's not this link, but they have one. Jonathan will be hosting the one on Thursday, the Thursday night meeting. We had a test run tonight, and yeah, you'll be able to log into WebEx on Thursday night. Do you get the emails from the Warren group list?
I believe so. It's in the groups.io or something.
Yeah, I think that's the email list. Okay, I'm slewing now.
Yeah, I'm on that list.
It is slewing to the next comet. Okay, I put in the new coordinates for tonight, so it should be good. And we're going to stop this image. We're going to let it do its thing.
Don't you love SGP?
Yeah, because for some reason my pointing accuracy is getting worse over the winter. So when it goes to plate solve, it's going to be. It was 6,000 pixels off when I went to Pan-STARRS, right, which is about a degree, and I heard it slew a second time to actually center it. So I got some things to do here when the weather gets a little warmer. But SG Pro, I don't have to worry about pointing or hunting around for it. I don't waste any time with that. And this plate solver takes care of it all.
Indeed. It's a lifesaver.
That's what automation does for you.
I wouldn't call lifesaver. It's time saver.
Time saver, yeah. See, it was 7,000 pixels off an RA, so it just slewed again. See, I don't know why it's so far off. Wasn't like that a year ago. So I'm going to have to build. I think I have to build a new model. I haven't built a model in, I don't know, probably a year and a half, 2 years.
What do you mean by module?
You can train the Lasmandi to have good pointing accuracy by creating a model, like 3 or 6 stars on one side of the meridian and 3 to 6 stars on the other side of the meridian. Then it'll point within, 10 arc minutes.
Chuck was having issues with Osmandy as well, especially with the meridian flip. And I wasn't able to help him, not even a bit, because I have no idea how this thing works.
Well, if you wanted a model, every time you set up, you'd have to do a new model because you're in a different location, etc. But not necessarily. Actually, you could probably save a model away for one location versus another.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not. He called me like April 1st, and we were trying to image something, and then it hit the meridian flip, and everything went haywire. His mount went technically start pointing down, on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what we did, we could not plate solve again until the mount hit the what is it called? Until the mount hit the safety limit from the what do you call it? From the east side, and then start plate solving. So what I'm saying is, every time we slew in SGP, it slews before meridian flip. But when we try to start the sequence, SGP detect that the mount passed the meridian flip, so it asks the mount to flip. Except the mount doesn't respond to that, and it instead of flipping, it points to the ground.
No, I know what you're talking about. Here's your resolution. You park it at CWD and do a reboot.
Yeah, but why?
And then do a warm start. Because I have that problem sometimes. I might even have it tonight. If you have never synced on a star, it doesn't. It for some reasons its reference isn't correct. Hello, Andy Weeks.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Okay. So park with counterweight down, and then what to do again?
Well, you can actually do a restart with not a warm restart, but a warm start, so you can keep your model, and that should resolve it. And then slew to your first sync star, and you're good to go.
So, Doug, do you do a sync in SGP?
No.
Yeah, I wonder if that would help the model some.
I've thought about doing that. It looks like it did not solve.
Doug, for some reason your plate solving failed.
Yep, I see that. Yeah, this is an area of the sky where it doesn't like to bump the RA enough to get to it. I'm gonna try it again. I may actually have to park this and have it come back again. SG Pro, I have to figure out how to make it sync on every once it centers, you want it to sync or add to the model. But I don't know if it actually
There's
adds
yeah,
to the Gemini model.
I think it does because I have a GM8. So it's one of the windows that you can bring down, and once you do the center, you can do it has a sync button on it.
No, I understand it does.
Okay.
I just don't know if that sends the synced command to the G11. I think it probably does. I've just never done it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it does because it's been working for me with my GM8.
You know what I'd really like to do? I'd like to have it sync every time it does, so it goes to a new object and save it away as part of the model. That's what I'd like it to do.
Yeah, well, that'd be nice.
So that over time the model gets 50 positions.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. With my my GM8, I have never used a hand controller to slew to something. I've used plate solving from day one.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose I could do that on. Well, I don't do it standing out there. If I do anything, I'll go to my database here on my Gemini controller on my screen here and pick. That's what I did tonight. I picked Capella, centered it with the virtual hand paddle, and then synced on that. But it didn't really matter. It was still off 7,000 pixels.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's never
It
been
looks
that.
a little better now.
No, now it's actually getting worse. See that?
Is it?
It got further away this time. I'm gonna have to abort this, and I know what I gotta do. This is a peculiar problem with going after this one comment. I want to abort this. No, I don't want to run the sequence. Actually, maybe I do.
The other thing we had issues was he was running Sky in the background, and he was connecting his mount to Sky.
Right.
But then we found out if he shut down Sky, the mount will slew much faster and more accurate.
Huh.
I don't use this guy to do any slewing.
No, he's not doing any slewing. He's just, I guess.
Oh, that's because the Sky every half a second is querying it. That's why. It's
For some reason. So we closed Sky and plate solve kind of worked faster, slewed faster, I would say.
Okay, I'm gonna tick this off. I'm gonna go over here and do a reset, and then I'm gonna run it. Start to run again. See if we can get to it now. All I did was I just parked it at CWD. I didn't reboot. Just parked it, unparked it, and starting the sequence on that object again.
Yeah, that's worked for me as well at times.
Yeah, the Lost Monday is great most of the time, but every once in a while it does some goofy things. As Ani was saying earlier, it's got goofy on him, and I told him, yeah, it does that to me sometimes too.
Yeah. What do you have, Ani?
Oh, I'll never have a Lost Mandy. I got the iOptron CM60.
Oh, that's good.
And that's for the big setup. And the small setup, I got the iOptron CM25P. And both work like a charm. I don't even have to sync to any star.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to sync to any star if you're doing plate solving. I don't have to sync when I do.
Well, the nice thing with plate solving, even if I don't sync to anything, once I plate solve, it will tell the mount to sync itself.
Right. That's what you want it to do. I just got in the habit of going to a star and syncing on it, and I don't even need to do that. Okay, so this time it's slewed from CW down back to the object within 200 pixels instead of 7,000.
All right.
So go figure on that one.
Yeah.
In other words, I parked the scope, and I just told it.
But the question is, will it correct itself?
That's what
it will.
We'll find out here in a second.
Yeah. So you do 5 attempts is the max?
Yeah, and then it goes into recovery mode, and then it'll start again. I got set up for 90 minutes in recovery mode. And the reason I did that is I go to bed and let it run all night.
Yeah.
I do.
I know you do. I'm just jealous.
Nope.
Not much, huh?
Nope. That's exactly what I used to get with Chuck. It drives us crazy. But again, I don't think it's the same. When we closed Sky, everything worked much faster. Anyway,
Actually, I don't even use this. I'm going to disconnect the Sky anyway. The only thing I use it for is on the comments to pull the current RA and deck. That's all.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I use it. I'm going to close it anyways. I don't need it up and running.
So which comment are you going after now?
This is Y4 Atlas.
Oh, still? Okay.
No, I was on T2 earlier.
Okay. No, I mean still as in there's anything left to see.
Yeah, that's what I want to find out. You know what? It is not. It's this.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
It's this.
give it a second. Give it a second. Now you closed Sky. You closed Sky. It might do something.
That would be really kind of wild if that's really what's doing it.
That should not be related at all.
Yeah.
No, I've had problems getting to this particular object before. In this part of the sky, because you got to remember it's up quite high. It's like I think plus 70 degrees declination. It's in a very the Great Circle on the RA side is getting very narrow there. Now it failed again. Failed 4 times and it's getting worse. It's not getting closer.
Yeah.
This is, and the funny thing about it, it's in the field of view. I can see it. Yeah, this is going to fail. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to manually center this one. I mean, 200 pixels is only 5 arc minutes, if that. Yeah, it failed in all of them. I'm going to run it again. I think what I've got going on is the mount's been on in the observatory now 3 years and about 4 months, and I've never taken it apart to degrease it or clean it up or check for backlash. I think what I'm running into here is some backlash in this particular position, where it's actually floating back. It's trying to move it and then it floats back on itself.
Mm.
And I've done 0 maintenance with it, so it'll be something I need to do. Possibly the.
Do you have a webcam on in the observatory to see what's happening?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
Well, did it just succeed?
No, it failed.
No, it failed.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it zoomed in, so.
I'm going to abort here. Abort the sequence, and I want to check this here. I want to see if.
Where is the comment?
Just
Doug?
give me a second here. I'm going to take a shot.
Oh, okay.
Taking just a 30-second shot here. I'm not even guiding right now. I should be guiding.
And you're running an 071, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come I can't get control of that? Oh,
I'm surprised I haven't doomed you to clouds because I just picked up a 533 and it's been 2 weeks and I still haven't gotten out.
So you see the flare there?
Yeah.
It looks like it's hiding behind a star right now.
Yeah.
So it's close enough. It is close enough that I'm going to just start taking photos here.
Yeah, why not?
All I got to do is I got to turn off the centering. Let's turn it off. Do not move in location. Just run it. And okay, how come we don't have a resume back on there? Let's start the sequence reset. Yep.
Oh, it's over on the side. Okay.
What's that? Okay.
No, I didn't see the sequence on the side.
All right. Run sequence. Go. Yes, I want to continue. We're already there. Go ahead and start up the guider. Yep, starting the auto guider. It's grabbed a star. Starting the auto guiding.
I don't remember what you're using for your auto guider.
Another 071.
Oh my gosh.
Now you know why I laughed.
Yes.
I got a pair of 071s on there on that on-axis guiding port because it gives me the same field of view as my main camera.
Yeah.
So I have lots of stars to automatically pick from. I don't have to worry about it. So I packed my Lodestar away. It's in its little case. I'll keep it around for a while in case I need it. But what I did was I took my old 071, which I've had for over 3 years, moved that to the guiding port, and bought the 071 Pro last August. So I'm running the Pro version on the acquisition side and the old cool version on the guiding side. And
Is there a difference? Do you see any difference?
Yeah.
Between the non-pro and the pro?
Yeah. But there's less read noise because it's got that extra memory in it.
Okay.
But as far as anything else, it's also a little bit drier. It's better sealed. I can actually take it.
Oh, okay. So you don't get any dew residual.
Once in a while, if I slam it down too fast, it'll get some frost on it. But I just warm it up a little bit and wait for it to kind of stabilize. Then I bring it down slower. I couldn't do that with the 071 Cool. Initially, I could, but I couldn't keep enough desiccant dry enough to keep it, so I go down to -15. So I stopped doing that. I just went down to -5 on everything now, and it works fine. And I think it's a little cleaner image compared to the other one, but that would be on a subjective point of view, not an objective point of view. So we've got one. Okay, focus lock is see, it just said it waiting for the focus lock to report focus. So we've got one frame back, and it's hiding behind that star.
Yeah.
Well, not behind it. It's hiding in front of that star.
Yeah, right.
I should bring up the Astro Toaster and take a look at that, see if that can delineate any of it. Oh, wait, I've already got it up and running. All right, let's bring up the viewer. Ignore that picture. That's the old one. I've got to go to the new directory. Go to the new directory here. Andy, have I met you before?
I've been on one other time, like a week and a half ago.
Okay.
I joined your Discord channel then.
Ah, very good. All right, we're going to do single frame shots here. It has to calculate one of them first, though.
Yeah, see, you beat out Trevor Jones because I saw both of you side by side in YouTube, and I clicked on him, and then I noticed you were up, and I stopped his and came back to you. So you're the big time now.
Trevor, I don't even know who Trevor Jones is.
Astro Backyard.
He's from Canada.
Oh,
Yeah, he's got 120,000 subscribers.
Oh, okay. Well, gee, now I'm.
So you're more interesting than he is. So there you go.
Golly, Ollie, I didn't know that.
Well, he doesn't. Well, he doesn't use SGP, and his computer is in the backyard.
Yep.
It's what?
He doesn't use SGP, and he puts his computer out in the backyard
Oh, so he's sitting.
on imaging.
So he's sitting out there.
Yeah, usually it's when he's filming. Yeah, he does. His is all. He doesn't do live stuff. He just does the produced videos.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh well, I just do this for fun, and it's just whatever. People want to come and watch, fine. If they don't, fine, and whatever. I like just to have company.
That is nice. It's really cool.
Do you know how much memory that this Astro toaster is using?
Let me pull it up and I'll let you know. Let's see here.
If I'm planning to use it, I will be using it on my mini PC, which is my imaging PC.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a mini PC which doesn't have lots of memory. Technically, just have
Here's the other thing.
4 gig of memory.
Yeah, that's what I have in mind.
So let me suggest something. If you've got a folder that you have the images go to on your micro PC, and you can share that folder to your main one, you can run Astro Toaster on your main one, and you just pull the files.
No, I wish. I wish I can. So for remote session, I'm using. I should start using different software, but I'm using VLC, which doesn't have a file transfer feature within.
Oh, okay. I'm using all Windows. I'm running all Microsoft stuff, so.
Yeah.
So
is your mini PC or micro PC, is that Windows 10 Pro or?
It's a Windows 10, but it's not Pro. I think it's home.
Yeah, you need Pro for remote desktop and also for sharing, I think. Yeah, I got Pro. I got Pro on both of mine for that reason. Okay, now you asked me a question. I got to remember what it was you asked me.
How much memory Astro Toaster is using?
That's a good question. It must be this one here. 80 meg.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Is it stacking?
No, I'm not stacking right at the moment.
Okay, okay, got it.
But it does everything on files, on the file side. In other words, it creates here, I'll show you. Let me go here. Where am I going? Here, right there. SG Pro. Comet Atlas. Today's 14th. It creates a bunch of files, and it creates one file that it renders for you to view. It's a TIFF file, so it's not really huge. But see, it renders all these other files that are huge. I'll go change this type. These are the files that it uses down here, calibration files, and they're like 90 megabytes a piece. Okay. So you have your original FITS files, which are 30 meg, and then they have these calibrated files, which are 90 meg, but they can be 180 meg too if you have flats and darks. And then it takes all of those and stacks them, and it creates this one TIFF file, which is, where is it? Should say stack, I think.
And it keeps updating as you go?
Yeah.
That's nice, yeah. That's kind of similar to what SharpCap does.
Oh, the reason the stack file is not there is because I'm not stacking. But if I was stacking, there would be a single TIFF file that it's rendering to this big screen.
Ah, okay.
Right now, it's just rendering individual files right now. So the thing is about where this comet is right now, next to this star, is I'm not going to be able to I don't think I'm going to be able to delineate the multiple cores. That star,
Maybe in
because it's
another hour or so.
Yeah, I may have to go after it a little bit later because it's.
Yeah, you won't be able to stack that.
No, I won't, because I can't even see where the core is. I can guess, but that star is just too close to it.
It's just overwhelming.
Yeah. So, but
Wait.
Yeah, I'll have to try to take some maybe in a little while, some more.
What you do is post a picture and say the core got really bright all of a sudden.
Yeah, go back to the first one when it was right over the top of it, because it is. You've noticed that it is moving because it was right over the top of that star when we
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
Yeah, I tried imaging it 10 days ago, and this thing is,
Oh no, it was good 10 days ago.
It's fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It is fast. Yeah. In fact, if I bring this up, let's see here. Just to remind you guys again, whoever's on here, your audio is being recorded on YouTube. Just to let you know.
No problem. Yeah, we should have background music if Kelly goes off mute.
Where is my Atlas one here?
That would screw up his YouTube feed, though.
Yeah, my last time was on the 5th. And this is my shot from the 5th. This one didn't turn out really good, and there's no flats and no darks on this. It's just raw.
You can see the donuts, yeah.
Yeah, no. When I double stack through DSS, I use the darks and the flats, and that gets taken out. But DSS sometimes is really goofy on the double stack. It doesn't work well all the time. So this was stacked actually in PI, just using the comet alignment. And in PI, I'm gonna have to learn how to use the calibration files in PI. I just never done it. I should do that.
Maybe. Every time I stack a comet, I use a website. Some guy did a very intense tutorial, and believe it or not, he did a very good job. So
I saw that documentation of both star and comet stacking in PI.
Yes.
When I got to the 9th picture, and I scrolled down and saw there was another 20 of them. I said, "Screw this! I'm not gonna."
Well, you don't. Here's the thing. He got so much artifact when he stacked the comet. Like vignetting, shadows, whatsoever. So most of his approach was to clean all this vignetting and the shadows and the stacked comet image.
Right.
So I agree with you. You kind of feel overwhelmed, but if you scroll down quick till the point where he actually stacked the comet picture on top of the star picture, it makes sense. Everything makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can skip all the mumbo jumbo that he did to clean the comet.
Right. It's the part where you have to find the right. There's a right set of parameters that the stars disappear when you're doing the comet work, and then then it creates a bunch of artifacts.
Oh, he cleaned that. Again,
it's the cleaning that takes a lot of time.
No. Oh, okay. Are you talking about cleaning the stars?
No, cleaning the artifacts that are created when you're doing all that process.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I know.
So what I do is what I just showed you is all I do is I do this comet alignment in PI. If I do it that way, I get my star trails, and I don't have a problem with that because all I'm trying to do is measure position and magnitude. In reality, that's all I'm really interested in. And the angle of the tail. I'm not looking for that pretty picture. I'm looking for some data that I personally would like to use.
Yeah. Well, I can definitely see the core is almost gone.
Yeah, it's finally moved away from that star enough that you can see the one of the cores.
Bummer.
I think I'm going to continue taking some more exposures here. 20's not good enough. If I outlasted that, no. I'm gonna change it. We're gonna spend some time on this one if you guys don't mind,
No, it's fine.
because this is what I'm more
That's fine.
interested. I'm more interested in tracking this thing than I am making another M51. To be honest about it, that's one of the reasons I take some what I consider beginner pretty pictures that are nice, but I like to follow transients like this. That's why I do it. I've been tracking comets since 1973. I just remember that. Let me turn that guy off. Okay, I just remember that Comet Kohoutek in 1973 was my first comet that I actually tracked, and I followed it for 6 months, even though everybody else said, "Oh, this is such a waste of time." Blah 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 blah. It's really poor. It wasn't as spectacular as it was supposed to. I said, "That's okay." I thought it was cool to
Yeah.
follow it.
Right.
The fact that I could even see this stupid thing when it was 10th magnitude, 11th magnitude through my 8-inch.
I wish one day before I die to see a comet. I see to see a comet that have both a dust tail and ionic tail.
Oh,
One day,
I saw one.
Hail Bob.
Yeah, most definitely. I even have a picture of it. Want to see?
Yeah.
I remember when you told me about actually at the Stargaze when I told you why the tail is not moving the same direction at the comet, and you start explaining to me the ionic tail
Yeah.
and how the sun actually blows it away. It just blow my mind. It's just
Blew your mind.
amazing.
Yeah, I
It's just
mean,
amazing.
yeah. Well, the ion tail's gas, whereas the dust tail's got is heavy particles, so it takes a lot more to move them. Where did I put these guys? Huh. Where's my comet? Oh, there we are. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm
How many
following.
years do I have to live? Yeah, hopefully one
Here's my
one day.
here's my Hale Bob shot.
Oh yeah.
Man, I assume that's film too, right?
Oh yeah. that was with an OM1 camera.
Ah, excellent.
An OM1 camera with, I think this was either Xchrome 400 or Fujichrome 400.
Yes, that's what I was using.
And the camera was piggybacked on my 12.5 inch with a 200 millimeter zoom. So that's about a 200 millimeter lens shot of it.
Nice.
I think it was at 200. I'm not real positive, but you notice how tiny it is? I have to actually find that slide again. I got a new scanner for Christmas, slide scanner. I want to rescan this guy in and get a better resolution than this little frame here. So I'll do that. But that was my piggyback shot back in the day.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Back in the day. Oh yeah, I used to
Yeah,
do film imaging back in the late 70s, 80s, and the 90s.
Yeah. Used to take it in the Ritz camera to do my development.
Yeah. Oh, Clay. We used to go up to my property up north, and Clay would bring his own. What was it? What do you call it? Dojo kit. Anyways, he brought his own processing bag and kit, so he could process his data the next day in the camper. process his film.
Wow. Well, it's so it's so different, because you'd send it away, or you'd have to wait a few days, and you have no real time feedback, and you get back a whole roll of film, and none of them would come out. It's like, oh man.
Or if it did come out, he finally got a good one. They sliced it in the middle.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so I always took at least two daytime shots on a 12 frame roll. I got the shortest frame rolls I could. I think they were 12. So I take two daytime shots, and then I get maybe 2 or 3 shots at that night, and then I take a couple of daytimes the next time, if I was done for for the, it was going to be cloudy the next night. Then I would take it down to the local processing shop and let them work on it. So they had something to start the leader on, and I told them,
Yeah.
don't mount any of them, just process it and give me the strip back. So if they did cut it, they cut it every fourth frame instead of every frame.
Smart.
But they always had a leader on it so that they could see where the frames were. Oh, let's see. We got Astro Tom in here now. Who's Astro? It says,
Can you hear me, Doug?
oh, yes, I can.
Okay.
Very
Well, I couldn't get you to be quiet so I could acknowledge I was in the room.
I got him talking about film. It's my fault.
Hey, I used to do film, but I wasn't shooting the stars, man. I was in Hawaii. I was shooting the chicks on the beach.
Okay, got to remember, we got to keep this clean.
Well, that's clean.
Yeah,
They were wearing.
I know. I'm just warning you ahead of time.
He was talking about all the roosters and chickens that were on the beach.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
know what he was talking about. That's not the point.
I do too.
I just don't want it to deteriorate any further, because we are recording this and we are on YouTube. I've got 5 people on YouTube, as a matter of fact.
Hey, Doc, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Is there a way to know how much arc second or arc minute the comet moved from, say, 9 p.m. till, say, 4 a.m.?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a way to measure it?
Yeah.
How?
Well, the first thing is if you want to measure it off your actual observations, like these images, first of all, you have to know your field of view precisely. And then you can put a grid up on there and say, okay, this image was at such and such a time, and then this image was at such a time, and then you can say, well, how much time between the two? And now you can divide that out and determine over this 1 hour. Let's say you took one today or right now, and then you took one an hour from now. Then you can just do the differential between the two. But if you really want to know, MPC does it for you already, because they will predict how it's going to move tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, which I've done that before. I have tracked on the comet by using the delta X and Y that MPC provides. Right now, I'm just guiding on a star, but I could actually change this and guide on a
Comet?
on the comet. There's 3 ways to do this. 1, you stack on the comet core in PXInsight. That's what I'll probably do. 2, you can track in real time based on the delta X and Y from the Minor Planet Center. Or 3, if your guider can see the core of the comet, you can guide on the comet itself. Okay? So the MPC, let me go here. File. Okay, under the PhD 2, there's a comet tracking option under Tools. I'm going to bring that up. And in here, you'll see that it's got rates, RA and DEC. And you can either put in the units by pixels per hour or arc second per hour. All right, so that's where you put the stuff in, and then you say enable. And then it'll start tracking at that rate. But where do you get the rates? Well, let me bring up the sky again, except I won't connect it to the scope. But you bring up the sky and you bring up the object, C/2019 Y4. And in this list, you'll notice, let's move this out of the way here. In this list, you'll notice right here, the RA rate is in arc seconds per second, and the DEC rate in arc seconds per second. What I do is I take those 2 values and make sure you get the signs correct. I take those 2 values and multiply by 3600, and that's my rate for the PhD2, for both of those. I plug those into the PhD2 comet tracking, hit the enable, and now it takes this star as a guiding star, and every time it goes through that 3-second cycle for guiding, it bumps it just a little bit in RA and DEC. So you'll eventually see that star track across the PhD2 window and not stay still, because you're actually tracking at the comet rate and not at sidereal rate. That's how I've done that. Okay, does that answer your question, Ani?
Yeah, kinda.
Well, to actually measure it on your your picture.
Well, I guess the easiest way is to know my field of view. How much arc minute or arc second is that?
Yes.
And you can just kind of measure it. Like you said, put a grid in there,
Yeah.
and this way you can tell how much it moved roughly from this time to that time.
Well, the other way is to bring up a tool like Astrometrica and have it tell you what the rate of change is.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah. True.
Astrometrica will determine motion, or it'll find an object that's moving, and you can actually measure its position with that tool. You can also measure its magnitude. But it likes CCD images that are monochrome. It doesn't particularly like my color. It fits files. But it does work. I did get it to work. I haven't played with it enough to say I'm at all proficient with it, because I'm not. But that is a tool that does that. It will measure position for you.
Yeah, it's something to play with.
Yeah.
Especially we're sitting home now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, welcome to sitting at home just like I've been for a year and a half. So how's it feel? How's it feel to be retired?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't feel good because I'm still working from home.
Well, yeah, I know. But you eliminated the big drive.
Indeed.
For me,
Indeed.
I worked from home for 5 years before I retired, and that saved me 2.5 to 3 hours of drive time every day.
Not to mention gas.
Yeah, remember when it was $4 a gallon? Oh boy, was that wicked! It's cost me $100 a week to fill up.
What's it in Michigan right now?
I don't know. I haven't filled up in 3 weeks.
$1.30.
Wow, I paid
Last
$1.
time.
Yeah, I paid $1.45 yesterday in Missouri. So
Yeah, I don't know what it is because I haven't had to fill up in over a month. Because we don't go out anywhere anyways. Yeah, for my wife and I, this isn't any really different for us. The only thing that's different is we once every 2 weeks we'll go out to the stores an hour early before they open. They let us seniors in to do our shopping. That's about it. Because we don't go anywhere anyways. Actually, I'm kind of glad I didn't buy that RV. I can't go anywhere with it anyways.
Yeah, right.
Just everyone's just stay safe.
Yeah,
Please.
Yeah,
exactly,
you bet.
exactly.
well, I have to confess, I went out tonight. We went to Brahms and got ice cream through the drive-thru.
Okay, I can see the head of this comment now.
Yeah, still got something.
Yeah, but it's not until I stack it. I won't be able to.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
want you to stop. I was talking so long I wasn't paying attention. I wanted to keep going. Oh shoot!
What's your exposure?
Sorry,
120.
this last three were 120. Yeah. Shoot! Now I'm not gonna be able to stack this well because I've got a delay. I'm gonna reset the sequence. I'll start it again. I'm gonna keep running. I want to keep running this. I'm gonna go back to 60-second shots. Yes. Continue on. I just wanted to get far enough away from that star that I can use some data here for a stack. Because as long as I can see kind of the central core, I should be able to stack 30 images and clean up the noise and everything. Get maybe a clean look. The stars will be trailed, but unless I want to spend that extra time doing the 2-pass. Actually, the 2-pass on DSS, it's very strange. It doesn't always work right, and I don't know why.
Doug, you can actually stack it in PI, but enable the high and low. What is it called? Give me a second. I'll find it.
Okay. I mean, I use when I do it in PI, I use the common alignment tool, and then I do the image integration when I'm done.
No, I'm not talking about comet alignment. I'm talking about image integration. There is a
Yeah.
couple of options
Right.
that you can enable that technically rejects. They made it for airplanes or bright star.
Oh yeah, it's a pixel
A
detect.
bright, yeah. It's a pixel rejection algorithm, but they made it for airplanes or bright satellites, and it does a really good job.
Well, I can try it. I can try it on my
Uh,
old data, in fact.
Give me a second. Imagine.
I mean, I've got Comet T2. I've got I think 14 nights since the beginning of since October, maybe more, and since the beginning of March here, I've got 6 or 8.
There you go. It's called large scale pixel rejection
Okay.
within image integration process,
Okay.
and it does really good job.
Excellent.
That's a really nice double star, by the way, just off to the right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's overexposed, but that's okay
Mm-hmm.
because I'm running a gain of 400 on this Comet. I don't usually run that quite that high.
Yeah.
And the nice thing with uh, comet alignment is he can even create a dither files for it, drizzle files for it,
So what does drizzling do?
which makes your resolution higher, and
Less noisy. It's a
and
noise reduction.
but the
I think.
final image is got more resolution into it, and it's much smoother. And like you said, it's the noise, the background noise is way much better.
I'll have to try that on some of my data. I mean, I've got 3 years worth of data I've collected of all kinds of stuff, and each year I learn some new things to do for processing. So, and I never throw my raw data away, guys. I've got 2 terabytes of raw data I've collected over the last 2 years, 3 years,
Wow. Yeah.
because I don't throw raw data away. This is
You
something.
say two,
Go ahead.
did you say 2 terabyte?
Yeah, it's like 2.5 terabytes of
Well,
raw data.
I got 8 terabyte, and it's almost full.
Over how long?
Give me a second. Since 2015 or 16, I would say.
Okay, 4 years. Yeah, I've only been doing 3 years. Well, you're just more prolific than I am. You do you? That's curious because I've used every clear night since 2000, the beginning of 2017. Do you take a lot of short
Yeah,
exposures?
I would say my most data that filled the hard drive are the what do you call it, the video. When
Oh,
you
okay.
image
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you image lunar
yeah.
or planetary or anything else,
Now,
or even, oh my god, the time lapse sucks all your space away.
okay. When you said
Like solar time lapse.
yeah, videos will do that. I got it now. I understand now. I'm not even talking about videos. I don't take any videos. I do time lapse though. I'll have
It's a cool thing to have. It's to see all the solar prominence changes in it
oh yeah,
in 2 hours.
oh yeah.
It's a cool thing to have.
So is that video or is that time lapse?
Both. You take a video for every um, say every image is technically a video that you stack into an image,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you put
I got you.
all those images that you captured during the 2 hours
Yeah.
into a time lapse, into
Yep,
say
I got it.
a second or 2 second time lapse.
I got it. Very good.
Lots of work,
Yeah.
but the results is very rewarding.
Yeah. If you're doing that video, no wonder you use up 8 terabytes.
So Ani, where do you post your end results?
Oh, I got Astrobin, I got Facebook, I got Instagram. What else? I know I got a fourth thing.
Flickr?
No, no, mainly Facebook. Mainly Facebook.
Yeah. I don't use much on Astrobin. I only got like 12, 14 images up there. I put most of my
Yeah,
images actually on Flickr.
my main images are on Facebook. So I don't know. I don't know if you have Facebook, but you can look me in. It's AVZAID.
Yeah, I just sent a friend request.
Yeah, you can just watch. I mean,
You can just go there.
look at my posts. I don't. I mean, it's not private or anything. It's open to everyone.
Ah,
You
cool.
can just go to his page and look at his folders or his
Yep.
photos,
Just like, yeah.
just like mine.
Yep.
But we had set.
What I'm saying is, you don't have to be a friend to see my posts.
I got it. Yep.
Okay.
So those of you on YouTube, if you want to join the WebEx, the link is in the YouTube text chat there. You can just click on it and join in. We got guys with a few people with cameras.
And I'm sorry my image is dark, but
That's
trying
right.
to put my son in bed.
Yeah.
So multitasking.
How old is he now?
Something. He just turned 9 months.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah. I just had we had our first grandchild. He's 4 months old, so I can appreciate it.
Nice. But yeah, so I'm doing multitasking that some men don't do that.
Well.
Men are not famous of multitasking. Only women.
It's true.
That's got quite a
Look
bit of
at-
tail on it nowadays.
It is. I mean, it's breaking up. So it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It's looking at these single frames. I cannot detect more than the one core. There might be a second one in there a little further back that I can. That's, you know, when I stack those, I might be able to tell.
It looks like, yeah, I'm zoomed way in. It looks like there may be two small pieces.
Yeah, off at an angle,
Back.
kind of off at an angle with each other. In fact, looks like maybe that's too zoomed.
You'll be able to tell if there are any pieces once you stack it.
Yeah. That's why I take the 60 seconds so they don't blow them both out.
True. How many subs you're capturing?
60.
Good.
I may even want to drop down to some 30-second ones.
Well, Astrospheric said it's gonna be clear till midnight, so I would pump that 60 subs to 120 subs instead.
So what else do you want to talk about? Let's see what I got. I got some emails here.
What's your F ratio?
F8.
Do you find that troublesome when trying to capture? I mean, do you do? Oh wait, you got one-shot color.
No, I don't find it troublesome at all on anything I do.
But you don't capture hydrogen, correct?
Oh, no, I get a little bit of that. I get some H2 regions in the galaxies.
What's your main exposure usually on galaxies?
5 minutes.
Okay.
If it's in my backyard, 5 minutes is the longest I can go in my backyard. If I'm up at Boone or Bill's, I can go 15 minutes because the sky glow is so much less up there. The only reason
And from your backyard, what's your meat readout if you do 5 minutes? And are you using Unity gain?
No, I'm running 300.
Oh, you're using the full gain.
No, full gain 600.
Okay.
So it'd be like using about ISO 1600 on a DSLR.
And what's your meat readout usually?
My what readout?
Meat readout. I don't see in SGP. There usually is statistics window that tells you what's your meat readout. I don't see it in there. I'm just curious. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't mean.
I'm not understanding what you're asking. That's my problem. I'm just not understanding.
Yeah, if you do, there's an image statistics window, I think, is what you're looking for.
Let's see here. Let's go up here to window.
It's actually under
yeah.
view. Under view. Docking module. And it says statistics.
Second one. Yep.
Oh, here we
Image
go.
statistics.
Okay.
So it tells you your mean readout, your median readout.
Yeah.
It's just
the median's 5,200. The mean is 5,300 on these 60-second shots. So, there you go.
That's interesting. It says it doesn't have anything for stars found. Huh.
Well, he didn't. He didn't enable the record.
The focusing.
The image history. history.
Yeah.
I'm not using.
Okay. If he enables the image history, then the HFR will show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't use this to focus. I know this tool, Focus. I helped Tony Licata get his focusing working on. He wanted SG Pro just for the focusing, automated focusing. So I know it does it, but I don't use it because I have my focus lock system in place.
Well, I just figured out the focus in HGP. I would say 2 months ago, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm just starting to work on it now. For me, I got a focuser about a month ago, and I'm.
Yeah, especially their new focus routine. It's amazing.
Good.
Yeah, you can definitely see some breakouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
Look at that.
There's 2 of them there.
2 of them, maybe 3.
Might be.
That's pretty cool.
This is the raw fits file we're looking at there.
Oh, there you go. I kind of see 3.
Maybe. We'll see when we stack it.
You gonna put it on Facebook tomorrow?
Yeah, probably. I'll spam Facebook. I think people get tired of me doing it. The thing is, they don't hear from me for 10 days because it's cloudy, and then I'll have a night that it's clear, and I'll take a couple comments, maybe a couple of galaxies, and all of a sudden I start spamming the Warren Club and my Boone Hill site, and then if it's comments, I send it over to the comment group, and then sometimes I'll show stuff up at Night Sky Network, and then there's the other astronomy, whatever.
Good stuff.
Well, people want to see it.
Yep.
The fact is, I could just put it on my Northern Cross Observatory page and leave it there, and people will have to just find it. But and it's not, and I'd share for knowledge. That's the reason I share. Hey guys, this is what I saw last night, and people ask questions sometimes, and it's kind of cool. And I get to learn some things. Like Ani comes on here, and you just taught me something that I didn't even use. This image statistic thing. I've never even used it before. That's why I haven't.
Well, the reason I use it is kind of know my exposure. Um, when I used to image from Hudson, I didn't even need that because it's dark enough. But when I start doing backyard imaging, for some reason my images are not as good as Hudson, which makes sense, light pollution. Um, but that's when I started to learn more about how much gain I can use and how much exposure I can use according to the mead readout. So there is some calculations that you can, like if, for example, if you're using mead readout, sorry, unity gain, your mead readout should not pass or exceed certain number. So that's how I started doing my um, I'm sorry. This is how I started to measure my exposure for every object,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
more or less. So yeah, just
Yeah.
you learn something new every day.
Yeah. What I usually do is I tailor my exposure time to the object based on whether the object itself has any components that get saturated in a particular exposure time. So if I'm going 5 minutes and the core of the galaxy hits the upper rail of the sensor, 65K, then I know I'm either too high gain or too long exposure. The other thing so I'll back that one of those down. The other thing I look at is the histogram of the entire frame. If it gets shifted, starts getting shifted to the right, I know the sky brightness is moving it. So if there's a lot of black space on the left of that histogram, I know I've got a lot of light pollution going on. So I'll back it off on that one too.
Yeah, that's what I used to do, but the mead readout will give you more accurate data.
Mm-hmm.
I believe what I'm doing right now is I'm for broadband, I'm using gain 75 with offset 15, and my camera is ASI 1600. That's for broadband, and my mead readout, I try my best not to exceed above 1500. Now, if it's a hydrogen or narrowband imaging, I go for unity gain, which is with the 1600, it's 139 with offset 21. And I try my best to find an exposure where my mead readout is above 800. And kind of found that the sweet spot for the 1600.
Excellent.
Yeah, like I said, learn something new every day.
I was going to run my new camera through the Sharp Cap routine to kind of see what it was going to recommend. I forget what it's called.
Use the brain, the camera analysis.
Yeah. Yeah, I already did the sensor analysis on it, but I wanted to. It has this, what is it, the seeing monitor or something? I forget what it is. Anyway,
I'm
Does it
using.
give Does it give you like how much gain and how much exposure you have to do?
yeah, it comes up. It measures your sky brightness, and then tells you what the ultimate exposure length would be for your sky brightness.
Oh, cool. That's in SharpCap?
Yeah.
I have to read about that.
Yeah, before you go into live stacking, you click on the brain. And I think, man, I've got it open right here. Where'd I put it?
Do you have to connect your camera first, or?
Well, I'm imaging right now, so yeah, I'm doing the hockey stick and the well and the pup.
Very nice.
Yeah, but where's that?
Hockey stick and
Yeah, it's NGC 4253. I don't know, something like that.
Oh, I
Got
thought you were talking about the Owl Nebula.
no. Oh, that's in the same vicinity. The whale is NGC 4627, and the crowbar is NGC 4656.
So this is the pair of 071s I got hanging off the back end.
Looks amazing, Doc.
Sweet.
So Tom, where do you post your images?
Oh, on Facebook. I've been doing this a while, but I ran into a setback. 4 or 5 years ago. My mentor passed away, and
Uh,
I had all this big equipment, and I couldn't get anybody to help me, and so I got disappointed, and I sold my Losman D mount. I sold my camera, and then I found Night Skies Network, and so I started buying equipment again, and now I can use SGP. I'm not real good at it because I don't use it enough, and it's easy for me to just to hook up a camera to SharpCap and just do the settings I know that work, and I can broadcast and I can talk to people like Doug is, but Doug's about 7 echelons of smartness above mine. So,
Doug will say it's experience.
well, yeah. What'd he say? I got over 2 terabytes of data. I'm sorry, Doug. I'm just laughing with you.
It only sounds like being smart. It's called 50 years of experience. Well, after
Exactly.
you run into the wall enough times, you figure out how to get around it.
Exactly. I can tell you a couple thousand ways not to do astroimaging.
That's right. That's exactly what what the scientist says is, oh, I just found 1,000 different things that wasn't a light bulb. It's not failure. I just found 1,000 other things that weren't a light bulb.
Yeah, most of my pictures I look at is they're not good enough to publish or to post on Facebook. I have got lucky. I did M81, 82, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I was 2 hours on the object. In fact, I was one frame short of 2 hours, and it's probably one of my best photos ever.
Nice.
And there's boy, the more iteration you have, the better your images are going to be. And and I don't do any post processing because I don't know how. So whatever SharpCap spits out, that's what I end up with. Now I've got PixInsight, and I've been watching videos, and I just gave my 1600 color camera. I loaned it out to a guy down in Arizona, and so I put my 1600 mono in my 92, my little wide field, and there's no objects right now to use it on. But if I wait till 4 o'clock in the morning and M20 comes up, then I'll get some data, and I tell you what, it's a big learning curve. I mean, I need to have darks and flats, and I don't have anything yet for the 1600 mono. And
Well, the other day I did 16 mono with a filter wheel and a 135 mil lens, the Rockinen lens.
Mm-hmm.
And I pointed that lens to Mark Caden
yeah, Markarian's chain.
Yeah.
And I shot that with 135, and swear to God, there was nothing. But after stacking 135 subs, 30 seconds each, at f2.8, boy oh boy, I swear to God, I think I counted 188 galaxies in that field of view.
Yeah,
That's
pretty cool.
That is cool. Here's another object for you to maybe check out with that setup, and
Mhm.
it's called the Coma cluster.
Okay.
You can look that one up. I don't know if there's a number for it, but if you just type in Coma cluster, let's see if I can get a number. It is. It's. I think there's over 1,000 galaxies in a wide field.
With a can you see them in 135
Oh, you can
mil
tell. You can tell there's galaxies there. Yeah,
coma, as in
it's
COMA?
yep, it's
Yeah.
called Able 1656.
Yeah, so Coma Bernices, or however you pronounce that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the same area. It's just 135 gives you a nice field of view. So,
yeah,
Oh,
that
well.
135.
yeah.
You
Oh, well.
might, I mean, Markarian's chain's cool because you get that string that's looks like a fishing hook.
Yeah.
But
I did.
Yeah.
yeah, try to do this one, and I think it's still in the right part of the sky. It's pretty much east, maybe almost straight up right
That's
now.
one of the reasons I like going after the Able galaxy clusters. Is even in my narrow field of view I get, I can shoot, a half a degree area, and I get 50 or 60 galaxies in it.
That is cool. That amazing.
Yeah.
That is the coma field of view, correct?
Oh no, he said the 135 would work well on your coma field. You'll probably get hundreds of galaxies in that field
Yeah.
because it's so
In
wide.
fact, do you have Telecopius?
It's a website, Telescopius.
Telescopius?
You can look it up there.
No, I don't.
Well, it's just
You
it's
should
just
download.
it's just a website.
Yeah, it's free,
Yeah.
and you can put in there coma. Once you learn how to do it, you can go like target and then select and then type it in, and then you can enter your scope data, your camera, and it'll show you a field of view, and then you can see how much of that object you can get in your field of view.
Yeah, you can do the same thing in Stellarium. I actually use both of those.
I use Blackwater. It's also decent. The nice thing with it's Blackwater, blackwaterskies.co.uk. And the nice thing with that is you can see the sky in a broadband frequency,
Okay.
and you can also switch to a hydrogen alpha frequency of the whole sky, even the southern sky.
Huh.
Look it up, blackwaterskies.co.uk. I'm looking at that April code. Oh, I found it. Let me punch in my sensor size. 17, 13.
Yeah, with
Oh,
Telescopius, it's nice as it remembers it, based on your profiles and stuff. So
oh
you
yeah,
just,
okay.
Yeah, you don't have to put it in. Well, Stellarium's the same way.
yeah.
I got
Stellarium, I added the because I have to shoot from my side yard. So I get lots of trees, and then my neighbor's house and my house blocking it, and you do a 360 panorama, and then you can plug that into Stellarium and see what's up, and what's being blocked.
You know what? I don't have to do that in 135. I'll do that with the Hyperstar. That's a 530 mil. And look at all those stars, galaxies in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 1,000 of them.
Oh, I'll definitely that's definitely another object for me. In this boring galaxy season.
Boring galaxy season. You could tell you could tell the nebula guys from the galaxy guys.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a 530 millimeter, so I don't have much galaxies to shoot. What, M81, 82, Needle Galaxy, M106, maybe. What else? Yeah, not many galaxies that I can image with that field.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's I know. I understand. The nebulas are huge, so I don't take them.
Everything that I capture with the hyperstar, I have to crop like what 80% to get something, and it's not very impressive. Yeah, I mean those coma galaxies. There's something else to capture. Thank you.
I've got another object that would be great for that setup, but you're going to have to wait till the fall to do it.
What's the number on that?
That's
Abel what?
1656.
1656. I think I've gotten after this.
There's another good object. It's called the Spaghetti Nebula. It will not fit. It will not fit in a field of view. It is unless you do like that 135.
Wait, spaghetti. You're talking about that?
The Spaghetti Nebula.
Above Orion.
I'm thinking it's to the north right now, but it's below the horizon.
Spaghetti. Well, I shot spaghetti, but it is called Spaghetti Nebula. It's a very faint hydrogen alpha.
Yeah, you got to have like 5-minute exposures.
Oh yeah. I've shot it with the 135. You can only see hydrogen and oxygen, and I got the data. I stacked it just to see if I got anything, and I got beautiful spaghetti structure in it. I just didn't process it yet. I'm a very lazy boy when it comes to processing.
Gee, I
know how to process it. I know how to process it. Just
it's tedious.
It's boring.
Yeah,
is there a script in this, Doug, that I could drop a link in? Or do I have to put that in?
Oh no, there's a chat section. Click on the.
In the Cisco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here,
I'm not seeing it.
You don't see that? Hello. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You see it? It's in the text chat.
Okay. So I click.
Go to the bottom of that text chat. It says to everyone, and you put in your link in there, just below.
Okay.
Below the two. Yeah, I'll have to go after this cluster too. It's prime time for it, but my field of view is going to be much different than yours.
Well, yeah. You need it.
But you know what the amazing thing is? That's what my field of view will be on it. So I'll have a very abbreviated field, but it'll still be full of galaxies.
Yeah, nothing to complain about there. Wow.
It made me think of Perseus A, which is the other one that I went after. That's.
Hey, Doug, could you type in that website link? Escopia?
Telescopius, yeah.
Can you type it in?
Yeah, I'll type it in. Yeah.
I got it, Doug.
Okay.
Yeah, the one I use is. Let me just copy paste it. Just give me a second.
Okay, Andy just put it in. So
I still don't see where I type to. Where do I? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, take a look at this photo here. This is incredible. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I got exactly the same data. Just haven't processed it yet.
I bet that's got 10,000 stars in it.
Well, you can remove them easily and
Oh,
enhance the data and then put the stars back in.
whatever. I'd be happy just to have something close, just so you can see the brain.
So yeah, I just pasted the Blackwater skies. So if you open it and click on the magnifying glass, or where it says survey, if you click on the drop down menu and choose DSS2 red, these are all the hydrogen alpha data, and it's spectacular.
Well, gentlemen, some of us have to work for a living.
Likewise.
What? What did he say?
So
Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
Let's stay up all night. What do you say?
Nah,
Doug's not staying up.
I'm not gonna stay up.
Well, no,
I'll stay up.
your computer stays up.
Well, yeah, if it stays clear all night, but it's not going to anyway. So I mean, yeah, true. It will be if it's clear all night. This guy's collecting data until dawn. But I'm not staying up. You know, I'll have my fun on any given evening, especially this ad hoc stuff we're doing right here. Because comets are ad hoc. You have to kind of babysit them. You have to get them started in the right place in the first place. But after that, then it's galaxy season. Go after my Abel clusters. Oh, that's what I want.
And
Let me show you the Perseus one, right? Let's see, move this guy.
All right. You're going to try and keep me up later, and it's going to work.
Yeah, I gotta show you. Yeah, I gotta show
hey,
you.
nobody's broadcasting on Night Skies Network.
Yeah, what's your point?
I'm not going to. I told myself I was going to just image tonight whatever I wanted to without being influenced by mainstream media.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The reason I don't broadcast over there very often is it doesn't stay up. It's a kind of a difficult thing to use. Okay, so this is my Perseus A cluster.
Is your wife throwing stuff at you, Doug?
No, that's not me. That's somebody else.
No wife here.
So there's over 50 galaxies in this field of view.
Got to zoom in some more. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm in the kitchen getting a root beer.
Oh, so that's the guy making the clattering noise.
No. I was walking in here and I heard the clanging of pans.
Yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. Certainly not here.
It's galaxy collisions.
So
I was gonna.
if you look at the middle one, this is 1275, the Perseus A. There's actually a jet coming out of that guy. I'm just going to zoom in. See the red?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
The one up about 1130 is that. All the other red is just artifacts. So I've caught a little bit of the jet coming out of that guy. But all these guys that are golden, those are all galaxies.
Jeez.
And I oversaturated a bit just so that they would pop out. And then there's some blue ones in here too, which are more spirals, like this one over here. There's one up here. It's a little galaxy right there. There's another edge on right there. You guys can see my cursor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is the other thing Night Sky Network does. Here's another edge on over here. And of course, here's all the ellipticals, all these orange ones.
Yeah.
And
So
Beautiful.
what is it? If it's blue, it's coming towards us? No, wait. If it's blue, it's going away from us.
Blue,
And if it's
blue,
red, it's
no, blue coming towards us, red going away from us.
okay.
There's another little
Is it?
edge on.
How come Andromeda is not blue? Oh, it is blue.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So.
All right, gentlemen, I'm signing off.
Oh wait!
It's been fun.
Oh wait!
But wait, there's more.
For $9.95, we'll send you 2 of them for the price of 1.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to give me a webcam for my PC too, huh?
Yeah. Just bring your laptop.
Gentlemen, I have to go as well.
Okay, guys, have fun.
Good night, Tom and Andy.
Good luck
night.
and nice talking to all.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yep. And Kelly, we want background music next time.
Someday.
All right, take care, everybody.
Have a good one. Good night.
Good night, Ani. Good night, Andy. Good night, Bob. Jim Bob.
Oh, now you're showing your age. Unfortunately, I am too, because I knew what you're talking about.
Green Acres is a place for.
Oh no.
It's in the same. It's in the same era.
Well, yeah, I am. My age is there.
Petticoat Junction. And, oh my goodness, they just don't make shows like that no more anymore.
No, I don't even watch TV anymore because most of it's junk. It's either big drama or big garbage. So I don't have to.
We watched The Wizard of Oz during supper tonight.
All right, back to the comet. Now look at how far that's moved. It was up by that star when we started tonight.
Yep.
Now it's moved all the way down here.
Yeah, when I captured this the other night, I think it was on the 5th, when they first started talking about it breaking up. I captured it when it were right across a star, so it looks like the star is the head of the comet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 5th was the last time I got any images of it. I got some on the 2nd and the 3rd and the 5th, and I got about a half a dozen in March. So I've got about 6 weeks worth of data on it now. From March 4th, I think it was the first night I captured it. I'll do some processing, single frame, or not single frame, but I'll put together kind of a panel of each of the nights like I did a couple of weeks ago. I put together 5 panels on an article I did for the club. I think, yeah, it was this one. So I'll be able to put like 10 5x5 or 2x5 matrix together of these images on a little panel thing, just to show how it changed over time. So this is like the 21st or 22nd comet I've tracked, something like that, since I started with this system 3 years ago. So whenever they get above 15th magnitude, I usually go after them. I'll try 15th magnitude ones, and if it's just kind of a ho-hummer, I probably won't take more than one night with it. But these that get into like 8th and 9th magnitude, they're showing some tail and stuff like that. I'll follow that along because they're pretty easy to take images of it.
What about deeper deep sky objects?
Well, I think that Perseus A's were pretty deep. What do you think? The cluster of galaxies I showed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I take those. I like galaxy clusters. One night I went after a whole bunch of Abels. I made an automated run that allowed me to go and collect 6 or 8 Abel clusters. Let me see here, Abel. Well, I got the gratuitous nebulas and globular clusters, but I like to go after these things that are, let's see, this was taken on the October 8th. So here's an Able cluster I went after. This one's Able 2666 last October. Look at all those edge-ons right there. This was kind of a nice cluster. It's got edge-ons.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yeah. There's a couple of face-ons, in fact, little face-on spiral right there. An edge-on there. There's another edge-on. There's these little face-ons. These are ellipticals. There's little tiny ones down here. Another looks like a, not an edge-on, but maybe 45 degrees. Yeah, I mean, you just center on one of the big clusters, and you pick up. This is only a half a degree field of view, right? You pick up all of that stuff just in the. This is 6 hours of data on this one, 6.5 hours. So there's 180 frames that I took. So this one's kind of really smooth background because I took a lot of data. When they're
That was with your 07
yeah, this is my 07 one. If they've got some, a nice field that's got edge-ons and some face-ons, and then you got the ellipticals, I'll spend more time on them. But usually, let's see, come on. I wonder why that's doing that. Let me see here. This one is only. Oh, here's one here. What is this? Yeah, this was back in May of 2199. Similar. It's got face-on, edge-ons. I only took what do I got there? 20 by. These are 10-minute exposures. What the heck? Yep. So that's.
What class are your skies?
That's about Bortle 5. Something beeped.
Oh.
Something beeped.
There's a chance of me moving up north to Prudenville. So I'm moving to somewhere about that darkness.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck in between Fenton and Flint to the north, Harlan and Brighton and Ann Arbor to the south, Detroit Metro to the southeast, and it's not too much to the west. So, it's not anywhere near. I had 6 magnitude skies when I moved out here 36 years ago. Now I'm down about 5.2 on a good transparency night, 5.3 maybe. So it's not quite what it used to be. But Boone is still pretty good. But hauling this all up to Boone is, that's got to be a week to 2 week trip for me to haul all this up, set it up where I got, a weather forecast that says I might at least have 3 clear nights out of a week. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it here.
My brother said there was snow up there today.
I would not be surprised.
It's pretty close to there.
I would not be surprised. I get notes from Rich Brenz up there because he lives up there. He actually stopped by the clubhouse and said everything was in good shape there. Let me see here. How many I got left?
I got my new my focal reducer in my 1600. Oh, my 94. Oh crud! What am I doing? No, it's in my. It's in the 94 with a 1600 mono, and I just pulled up my first image, and it looks a lot better.
There you go. Still there, Tim?
Tom?
No, Tim. I got 7 people in the YouTube. I have no idea who, but that's okay.
Yeah, but he's going to hear it like 45 seconds later.
Oh yeah. Got people looks like dropping out at just went from 7 to 5, so might have some people getting ready to go to bed. You have to go out and get up in the morning. Let me take I want to take another shot here with my Canon. Make sure I'm not running into clouds yet. This is a 60-second shot in the area that we're shooting with a 300 millimeter lens. And it's actually in that field of view. It's just pretty dim, and these zoom lenses really suck. They're okay.
Well,
They're okay for daytime stuff, but not for astrophotography.
what camera is this on? The T3?
Yeah,
3i?
yeah, this is T3i. That's what those Venus and Pleiades shots were with this camera with the 300 millimeter on it. The ones that I did on the 2nd and 3rd of the month when Venus was going by the Pleiades. One of those few times an interesting event occurred and we actually had clear weather. Okay, let's see what it's got here.
Meow. Silly cat.
No clouds where I'm looking. So the 300 millimeter ends up being kind of like my a digital finder for me. It's got a wide enough field of view that if I'm going for a fundamental star, I can see it in there, and I can just move it a little bit over, and it comes into my main camera, the main scope. It works out pretty good. Let's see here. I want to save that. No, not that. So this is the first time I've used WebEx for the purposes of broadcasting from the observatory.
Yeah.
I've used it for other meetings with the clubs, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
I went to
Go ahead.
Discord. I saw you posted something. I went to Discord. I'm like, I couldn't get into the broadcast because you weren't using Discord to get into the broadcast.
Right.
And then I saw that link, and so I thought, well, shoot, he wants me to download something, but I could hear you guys talking through
YouTube.
Yeah, through YouTube, and I knew, man.
Well, you didn't have to download anything. All you had to do is click on that link.
Yeah. Well, I'm a youngster. Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna go outside. My web camera that I had underneath the car, so I could see my telescope, is not working.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have to go through the house and go pick it up and
All right.
just bring it in the garage. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Okie doke. Let's see. I'm going to change this so we can see. There we go. Kelly, we ought to talk Mark into doing a virtual club meeting.
I said something to Paul when I talked to him the other day and asked him if he could get a hold of Mark because I don't have his number.
I'm willing to host it and manage the. I mean, we could use this WebEx for that. It would be just fine. I've already done like 6, 7 club meetings now with this tool. Or the club is now started. The Warren Club's using it now. Jonathan's now hosting them, and Diane's running the meetings using WebEx, and then I just record the WebEx on the YouTube, so they have it there. And then Jonathan goes back in and edits stuff out that he doesn't want in it. And then I think the lowbrows are going to use Zoom for theirs, but the Plymouth Astrophotography group uses WebEx, and the Ford Club's going to use WebEx, I think, for their meetings. In fact, they already did once, if I recall. And so, Zoom, WebEx, whatever. I like WebEx because you can kind of protect against intrusion a lot easier. I think in Zoom they probably have a directory that allows people to find you.
I've heard of there being issues with Zoom,
Yeah.
but not with WebEx.
Well, WebEx, they have to have the link to get here. They can't find you. See, WebEx is closed to the sense that only the people that get the link can actually can use that link. Whereas I think Zoom has got an open directory where people can find chat rooms everywhere. I might be wrong on that, but that's the only reason I'm a little concerned about the lowbrows using Zoom. But they're used to using it, so. And I can lock the meeting too if I needed to here. So we've got, I think, let me see how many I got left here. Not too many. Let's see, what do I got? I got 5 minutes. And then I got to take 3 2-minute shots. So I've only got 8 more frames to take. And then I think I think I got enough to do a short video too, a time lapse. That should be kind of fun. Or I could just, you know what? I better check to see where we're at relative to my horizon. Hang on a second here. Oh, we're in pretty good shape. Yeah. Okay. I could probably run this for a while longer. Let me find out when this guy reaches horizon here. It's Y4. Yeah, I got some time. Let's see.
Is this the last one before morning?
What do you mean?
For the comets, the evening ones.
It's the last one that I will go after in the
Okay.
evening. I was going to go after a couple of other. We're getting into the Virgo clusters up, so I was going to go after that. In fact, I may even go after that Coma cluster tonight, since it's in a nice position. It's almost at meridian. Not quite there yet, but let me find it. Abel 1656.
Yeah, that's a great one in binoculars.
Let's see here. Abel 15 or 1656. So there it is, right there. Oh, I mean, it's just a plethora of objects to go after, especially if you get into this dim stuff. There we go. Look at that.
Crazy.
Yeah, so if I centered on that right there, that's my field of view. I think this is one to go after tonight before the moon gets up. Although it's going to be coming up fairly soon.
Last time I looked up, it's about 2 a.m. that it rises.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a find on this. I'm going to create a new sequence for this guy. And we're going to go after it. RA and deck. I'm going to copy the 2000 coordinates. In fact, I'm just going to add it onto this sequence right here. ABL 1656. These are the coordinates. Paste. Slew 2 when it's done. Say OK. I'm going to checked and this up. Exposure. We're going to do some 5-minute exposures on this guy. And we're going to do, let's see, 4 hours worth. See where that takes me here. Let me pull up the planning tool here. Pull up this planning tool. Oh yeah, I could go all the way till dawn. Yeah, it'll be above my horizon until dawn, so I'm going to shoot this out to 5:30 or so. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good one to go. This is a prime time as far as, well, actually, it's not going to be clear that tonight. Let me check the weather. Yeah, let me check the weather. Okay, that one is moved out to 2 o'clock. That's good. That's 3 hours better than before. So source 1 says 2 o'clock, it'll be clear. Source 2 says 2 to 3 o'clock, it'll be clear. Source 3 says 3 o'clock. They've given us another 3 hours than I didn't expect. So that's good. I will run this guy. In fact, I'll tell it to run. I'll tell it to run to 5:30. If it fails, that's fine. It'll keep trying for an hour and a half. And so it is now 11:30. I'm going to make this 60. No, 72. 6 hours. Okay. So it will try to go another 6 hours after this is done, which takes me up to 5:30. Okay, so that's the plan for tonight. That means we'll finish up the comet here in, I've got, how many left? I got 5 minutes left on this comet, and then we're going to slew to this cluster. Now, given that you know, I figure most people are gonna break for bed within the next hour, so they wouldn't want to look at the. This is the only here's what worries me is what I'm looking at here in the weather in terms of the weather here. Purple is not good.
Yeah, that's really patchy.
Yeah. But
Now, what happens if you start getting some rain and you're asleep?
it falls.
Does your sensor
No,
close up?
no, I don't have an automatic roof. It's not going to rain tonight. That's not rain. That's infrared. That purple. The green over.
So it's just high.
Yes.
It's a high layer.
Yeah, it's just clouds.
I went out when I picked the camera up and I looked up and I'm like, why am I even imaging? Conditions suck.
Oh.
My FWHM's almost at 8.
Well, you can consider it practice and
Well, yeah.
Weather.
I mean, I'm 50 minutes into this duet galaxy, and then I just started.
Speaking of that, this guy is
This guy's
awful bright.
Doing mono, and I did it. Whenever I connected, it was on the red filter. I had a real nice image, and I'm like, shoot, why am I on red filter for? I put it on luminance, and it's like, what? And my gain was like terrible. It's way, way up there. So then I put it on, went back and put it on red. Now it looks like something. Then I just realized my gain is still up again.
See, Kelly, my methods are a little bit on the blasphemy side because I don't use a unity gain. I usually, I want to get data quicker. So that's why I run a gain of 300. In fact, for 2 years, I didn't take flats or darks. I only started doing that a year ago. Oh, actually, I took darks for a couple of years, and I only started flats last year. As far as I can tell, there's no clouds up there.
Curiosity, does your system use a power conditioner or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a UPS out there.
Oh, okay.
It's an uninterruptible power supply, which basically does condition the power coming in. Plus, it gives me battery backup. And I did that on purpose because I don't want all this electronics to get fried because of the bad power we have out here. And I know we have bad power. I got UPSs on all my computers and all my networking hardware. So I've got 3 of them in the house and then 1 out in the observatory. And my system here is on a UPS. My wife's system's on a UPS, and the network hardware is on a UPS. And any given day, I'll sit here and I'll get a little bump in the power, and I can hear it clicking on and then clicking back off. Keeps it clean. Remember, our power is better now than it used to be, but I remember 25 years ago having my computers crash on me, and reboot because of power issues. So.
Well, here's something I haven't done in a while, Doug. I'm trying 5 minutes on my mono.
Okay.
So see what happens.
Well, there's only 2 of us on YouTube, and one of them's me, so I don't know who the other one is.
I shut it off, so it's not me.
Okay.
Not me either.
All right.
No, it is me, Doug.
Is it?
Yeah, you want me to drop off?
Well, usually when I get down to 1, I mean, how's the visual in here before you drop off of there? How's the visual here in WebEx that you're seeing on my screen? Is it high res?
It's a little bit sharper than. Well, wait a minute. Let me make sure that I've got HD at 1400. Yeah, I do. So they're comparable.
Okay. So WebEx is rendering then what I'm broadcasting. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see any difference between my 2 screens.
Okay.
I've got one on one monitor and one on the other.
Okay. That was one of the things I wanted to try tonight is when I render this 4K monitor, does WebEx render it properly? I know that YouTube will render it eventually as 4K once it's processed. Oh, we just finished. It's flew into the cluster in Como Berenices.
We'll see what the difference in delay is, though. You still got your Astro thingy pulled down. Are you using it?
There.
Yeah.
I just pulled it.
Okay.
I just pulled it down, out of the way. All right. It's gonna try to plate solve on this guy now. Oh, I love plate solving. Life is so much better with it. Think about it. I used to star hop to these objects with my scope, my film photography back in the day. Used to star hop and center it.
37. 37-second delay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's about right. Used to star hop to objects, and if I couldn't see it in the scope, I couldn't tell whether I was on it or not. So
Oh man, I can't really read the stars. Like a while ago when I was doing, well, I'm still doing it. When the well and the pup and the hockey stick, I realized I was into it for like 25 minutes, and I'm like, you know what? I think there's another galaxy close. So I pulled up Stellarium, looked at it, pulled up my field of view, and figured out which way I needed to move. So I centered it between the 2 and told it to go to it, and it wasn't quite there, but I did want to plate solve it. So I just moved my little cursor in Stellarium over a little bit and then told it to move, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like plate solving, but not plate solving.
Well, the other,
Because even when sometimes when you plate solve, you don't get it where you really want it.
well, no. Here's what I do. If I want to get like M80 or two galaxies like 66 and 65 in the same field of view, I click on the sky in between them, and I pull those RA and DEC values of where I pointed, and I put that in for
And
the
then,
plate solver.
yeah,
And so it puts it exactly where I want it to go.
exactly. But that's SGP, and I'm using something else.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
I mean, SkyX, they're good. It's good.
Oh yeah, I know it is
It's
good. It's just that
SGP. It's
the
good.
problem I had with the Sky X was when I upgraded from Sky 6 to Sky X. Oops, something's binging at me. Yeah,
Guiding?
yeah.
You don't guide.
It picked a bad star. All right, I'm guiding now on something reasonable. It picked something. It must have been a hot pixel out there. Anyway, what I was going to say is, when I upgraded to Sky X, I thought, okay, I could probably run everything with that. And then I realized I had to buy the add-ins for the cameras and for the focuser and for, all this other stuff. I said, screw that. I'm not spending $800 on a control system. So, that's why I went with um, SG. I started with actually astrophotography tools, and then it didn't do everything I wanted. So I picked up SG Pro, and it does whatever I want. So, and it only costs, I don't even remember, it's $70 or something like that. I don't remember what the cost of SG Pro is. And the Sky.
Evening, Doug.
Oh, Adrian, how you doing?
Doing all right. Since I'm currently laying down, I decided to not do video, but I figured I would join,
There you go.
and hopefully I wasn't the only lowbrow that decided to join up and check you out.
Um, Ani was
But
on here earlier.
okay,
We had Andy Wheats, and we have Timothy Day. Timothy, I think, is from the Ford Club. I don't think we had anybody else from Lowbrows.
yeah, we had a successful trial with Zoom, and we got our speaker on, and he was able to show his slide deck. Um, the programs are very similar to what you're showing your screen, and I've seen it before when you've done captures, and I've seen what you're when you share your screen. So
Yeah, but this is the first.
I'm finding
This is the.
that these are really similar.
But this is the first time I've shared it in WebEx. Are you looking at the WebEx version, or are you looking at the YouTube version right now?
I'm looking at the web. I actually did go to the YouTube version, but I saw the link for the WebEx version, so I went to
Okay.
there. And I've had WebEx downloaded. Our company used to use it, and this is how I would get on the meetings
Right. Same here.
without actually using my using my computer,
Right.
as long as my company was going to do it. But they switched to other stuff, so I've got about 10 different streaming apps. Some are for the company, some are like for others. So I'm pretty much ready to go to anybody's streaming service and give it a try at this point. And interestingly enough, my tablet seems to do it the best.
Hmm.
My Frankenstein Linux computer won't do some of the features, but it's good at others. The iPhone, I can't see as much as I would like on the screen, and the iPad seems to be the best of both worlds. So
Okay.
this is probably my streaming device if I'm not using it to play music. So figured I'd stop by and say hi to
Yeah.
everyone.
Great. Great. Yeah, I'm going to start using WebEx as long as they allow the free version instead of my Discord for the audio, because I can just stream my video too in WebEx as well, and so can anybody else. As a matter of fact, I can hand the ball over to somebody else that wants to show a presentation or whatever. So I've used WebEx at work for the last decade, and I didn't
Yeah,
realize it until recently that they had a personal one that was free. So that's why I'm using it. And I'm also rebroadcasting using OBS Studio to the YouTube channel. So we're recording all this.
yeah. I tried. I downloaded a version of OBS to try and play with it. Unfortunately, I think my machine is just too old. The streaming wasn't working. I was trying to stream it to Facebook just to see if I had that working, and it appeared to want to stream, but the Facebook side wasn't picking it up. It wasn't starting it, so I'm not sure what was going on there.
Yeah, you have to have that
But
Facebook key. I'm sure you got the key then, right?
yeah, I was able to generate a key and everything, and
Okay.
I actually used OBS to generate the key and tried it, but
No, I think
it just didn't seem to want to
you
stick.
need Facebook to give you a key, and you put that into OBS so it knows how to connect to it.
Yeah, I tried it.
Huh.
It generated a key for me, and I copied it. It actually has a copy and paste option, so I was able to paste the key in. Still no luck.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I
Okay.
wasn't sure what was happening there, but it'll be more. That'll probably be a project to do the rest of the week to see if I can somehow make it go.
Oh, I know what I wanted
Um,
to do. Hang on a second. I got to do something real quick.
yep, go for it.
I forgot to change my gain on this guy. Oh, you're not going to let me pull that up, are you? Oh, I had this problem before. Why is that happening? Yeah, I need to change this. So let's see your sequence. File. Apply profile to sequence. I need to pause this guy. That's why. Hang on a second here. Pause. Abort. I got the gain set too high for this galaxies. So I'm going to sequence aborted. Okay. How come they didn't bring that dialog up?
What was your target?
I'm working on a Abel cluster,
Ah,
Abel galaxy cluster here. So give me a second here. I gotta change this. File, apply. Hmm. Yeah, okay. We'll apply the standard setup to this guy. All right, standard setup. We should be at the right gain now. And I'll take this guy off and say resume sequence and say okay. Let's see if we get started again here. It's running dither. I'll bring Astro Toaster up and we'll start stacking this guy too. So start this guy up again. I was going to wait until midnight, but in fact, maybe I.
yeah. I'll probably be away or logging off in a bit. I wanted to stop in a little
Well,
bit
I
and
appreciate it.
see what was going on, and support the fact that I'll be able to go back to the group and say most of the stuff is pretty easily downloadable and there's no fee.
In
Um,
fact, WebEx doesn't. I don't think
but
it requires you to download anything. I think it runs straight in the browser.
yeah, Zoom.
Only
A lot of
only the
the
host
good apps do that.
only the host has to download it.
Yeah. See, I have when it comes to the tablet, I have the WebEx app.
Oh, okay,
The apps tend to do a really good job of
that's
it.
true.
So I have a Zoom app, a Blue Jeans app, a WebEx app. On my phone, I the Skype app and the Teams app for my job, and I won't have made it out of bed. I'll just click, go to the meeting, and listen in, and I'll just be laying there. If I do have something to say, I'll um yeah, these all of these the apps for iOS have made it a lot easier to stream online or online meetings. I like how they all work.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just as whoever buys a license for it or how long. Like Zoom is free, but up to 40 minutes and 100 people. So they do have a monthly. I want to say it's $20 a month to be able to do 300 people, and you can then go over an hour if you want your own Zoom account. WebEx, it sounds like it's a little better in that if you have a client, um, I guess you get, um, I'm just guessing how much you get a certain number of people and a certain number of hours you can do your streaming.
Here, I'll pull it up right now and I'll tell you. Hang on a second. Products.
On
I was
Zoom?
curious about that too.
What's it?
On Zoom?
Plans and pricing.
Yeah, on Zoom, you're free up to 100 people
So,
in 40 minutes.
so right now, WebEx, because of the environment we're in right now, has their free version is up to 100 people, and it is actually the meeting now is as long as you want, but normally
Oh,
it's as long as you want right now. So during this time that a lot of the vendors have basically given free accounts with unlimited time and up to 100 people. That's what WebEx did, but they're normally it used to be 40 for the limit, 40 minutes for the limit for a free account.
yeah, that's Zoom has stayed there probably because they've got some pretty big contracts so they can afford to stay at 40 minutes, but WebEx is giving you unlimited, which is nice. That
Plus, there's call-in audio, so you can use your phone if you want to dial in as opposed to using the app.
yeah, and
Unlimited number of
that's
meetings.
different.
Plus, you can share your desktop application files and the whiteboard. So,
Yep. So very similar to Zoom, except unlimited minutes makes it more of a more attractive
oh, that's the only reason I'm
for
using it.
right now.
That's the only reason I'm using it for this because I'm going to be on half the night. I'll be on for 4 hours.
Yeah.
I would just go back to my Discord account and for the audio and stream my video to YouTube again. That's all. I'm using WebEx tonight for the
Right.
first time for this purpose. I've been in WebEx meetings for 2 weeks now with the clubs, but I decided I wanted to try streaming my control system through WebEx to see how it looks. And Tom told me it looks just as sharp as the YouTube, so that's a good.
Oh, it looks fantastic.
Okay, good.
I mean, what I've got on my screen is I see all of you up top. So I can see you sitting there. I can see uh Kelly. I can see you sitting there watching Astro Time. I don't, you're like me. You don't have video, but you're there.
Yep.
And then at the bottom, kind of a split screen situation, I can see what you've got on your extended screens, and I can see the field of view that you're doing your image capture. So it's all I need. It's on my tablet. It worked to me. It works perfectly. I haven't tried this with my laptop computer downstairs, but I'm assuming it's just I would just have more real estate on the screen. But this is this is fine. Here I am reclining for the evening, and I pop in. I see you imaging. I have to get up and go all the way downstairs to work tomorrow, but I can still. This still allows me to pop in at any time. I like it,
Mm-hmm.
and it may actually be an option for my church if they're doing unlimited. Whoops, I just dropped. If they're doing unlimited minutes, then this would be an option for me streaming things from my church.
By the way,
The only thing is, we did Facebook Live, and the last time we did it, it worked great. We had 100 and something. Yeah, we had 100 and something people on there, so that would present a problem if we have well attended mass and more than 100 people uh, want to log in, then we'll run into a problem streaming mass using WebEx.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still some decisions to make, but um, we survived Easter, so now now I'm looking at different options to plan out, including just deciding if we just want to stay with doing Facebook Live and making sure that members of the parish can get on there, and then uploading. I'd like to stream to YouTube directly, but it would involve getting things like OBS working or getting another device for the getting another device for the church and then streaming it, um, streaming to multiple places versus just picking one and going with it. So just a few decisions to make. Glac is going with Zoom because we liked how it worked and we get licensing through the U of M.
Right.
So that works out. Anyways, I've talked I've hijacked your star party enough. But no, I like the way it looks, and I'll be telling the lowbrows, this looks good, and if we decide to do a virtual star party, um,
We may have had some. We
you
may have
know,
had some lowbrows on the YouTube watching because I had,
the YouTube
yeah, because
side,
I had
yeah,
8 people hooked up there, and I don't know who they were, but so they might have been on there because I sent out the link to both this and the YouTube. So
okay, so they probably,
that went to the Any Clear Night Observing group in lowbrows. I didn't.
which I think is a good group,
Yeah.
yeah. It's how we're gonna have to do it. Someone's gonna be streaming. On occasion, if we get some warmer weather and better skies, I may go and try and do some real observing, like out at Hudson or something, and get out there for real. But that's those trips will probably be few and far between until May, just depending on how the weather is. And there's an issue with there's dog trainers, like dog hunting dog trainers that use that picnic area to send all of their dogs out, and they disrupt everything. They've got lights, flashlights,
Hmm.
all that stuff going. So if you're sitting there trying to gather images, or even if you're just observing, it's very disruptive.
Right.
So yeah, we'll have to. Now the police may have monitored them and got them to not be there at night. So I may check it out again later.
So I am calibrating my darks and my flats right now. Okay, they just finished. So
Okay.
now I'm gonna start stacking these images I've got here. Turn the viewer back on. The last view is of the comet I was taking, and that'll disappear when this new one comes in here. But I don't know.
So that's
That's yeah,
Atlas.
that's Atlas right there, single frame.
Okay.
Just figured I'd let
A
you know
good
because I don't
frame.
think you were in here when I was taking. I've taken 60 frames of it, actually more. I took 90 frames of it, and I'll be doing some stacking work tomorrow on the core. But
That's pretty good. You've got a coma and a tail defined already in one frame.
yeah. Plus, we think we saw 2 other nodules when we looked at the FITS files. So we'll see.
Okay.
All right. So now I need to stretch this.
All right.
Let me go ahead and stretch this guy. So this is only the first frame coming in. This guy's going to get stacked.
Yeah.
What the heck? There we go. So this is the Abel, the Coma Abel 1656, the Coma cluster of galaxies in Coma Berenices.
Okay.
And I need to bring that black down just a bit.
Sure. just about every dot is a galaxy.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you can see my cursor right now that there's an edge on up here. There's an edge on down
Yep, I
here.
see that one.
Edge on down here. There's another little one right here. There's another galaxy out here. Another one right here. I'm gonna make this bigger. I gotta bring this guy over here. Make this guy bigger here. I'm gonna collect some data.
Oh yeah, I see the glow of all of them now.
I'm gonna have to switch the target in 3 minutes because it's gonna create a new folder as soon as it hits midnight.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that'll be my cue to drop off.
And we got another
I had to be
little
up
one
at 8.
there, another one here, another one there.
Still a working stiff.
No, I get it. I put my time in
Yeah,
though.
no, I don't.
I put my time
This
in.
is yeah. You definitely deserve to be able to do this at night instead of worry about getting on a computer in the morning.
I did
With
my 40. I
working
did my
for the man.
45 years.
Yeah, what year am I? I think I'm in year 20, so I've got 20 more to go. Just lucky I found a home in system administration,
There you go.
so I get to problem solve. I get to deal with the problems, perceived problems, as well as actual problems. So it's a lot of fun. But well, I'll leave you all to it.
Okay, Adrian.
Nope, this looks good. Carry on.
All right.
I'm gonna drop
I'm
off
gonna try
and
to make tomorrow night's meeting, Zoom meeting. If you guys are gonna go forward with that, I'll try to log in and say hi. So.
okay. So tomorrow night, I don't remember if we're doing anything. I think Friday night we're gonna have our regular lowbrow meeting.
Oh, okay, okay. I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah, we're gonna do it on Zoom at 7:30.
Okay.
And the speaker will be Michael Myers talking about the search for basically the search for analog Earths.
Oh, okay.
It's named as something
Yeah, I
different, but
apologize. I confused. I got confused with. There is another meeting I'm gonna log into tomorrow. It's an astrophotography meeting. I forgot about that.
uh,
It's the Plymouth
yeah,
Astrophotography Group. So that.
that's Clay Ani.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if it
Those guys.
goes in it.
Yep.
Yeah, that ought to be an interesting meeting considering the times. Um, Everyone being able to share their screen and what
Yeah.
their projects
Yeah.
are. So,
Okay. You
all
take
right,
care.
I'll leave you guys to it. Yep.
Good night, Adrian.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, also, Doug. I'm having to head out to do my gardening now.
You're gardening
Yep.
at midnight.
Yeah, the cigars don't grow themselves.
Okay.
That sounds far better than hoping you get enough sleep to wake up in the morning to work. So I can still be envious of that.
Uh,
All right, Kelly. Take care.
all righty.
Alrighty,
Bye
Take
bye.
care,
see you.
Adrian. Bye.
See you.
I think Tom's still around. He's probably out putzing with his kit. All right, so midnight just happened. That means I got to switch.
Doug?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be back in a few, but I'm still here.
Okay. I got a couple things I got to work on here. Reset this to the new folder that just got created. Yep, there it is. And apply changes. Gonna bring up the cal files again. Flats. Open up the flats. And then we gotta pull up the darks. And I need my 5-minute darks. Open the dark frames. Okay. And the cals on that. Oops. So on the YouTube tomorrow, next time I do this with the WebEx, I may put people's videos on the YouTube channel as well, so you can see the people that are talking at. If you were in the WebEx, you'd be able to see the presentation plus all the people that are logged into WebEx. I do the YouTube for those who do not want to, who just want to observe. And that's fine. It works out fine as well. Oh gosh. I'm going to do this cluster for the rest of the morning. I may only get an hour or two because of possible cloud cover coming in around 2, 3 o'clock.
Should be a good image when it's all done.
Yeah, I've come to the conclusion with my system running at this gain, if I get 4 hours, it gets pretty smooth. And I'm pretty satisfied if I get 3 or 4 hours in on an object. An hour doesn't seem to be enough. 2 hours is okay, and you get 4 hours in it, and I can work with it pretty well, especially this dim stuff. You know, what I can't fathom doing with this system is 80 hours on one object. It would take me months to do that with the amount of clear weather we get. So,
Yeah, that's when you need a piggyback system,
yeah.
or a side by side. I saw a guy that I saw 4 Talk 130s on the same mount. That would be collecting a lot of data.
Well, Doug Strubel's got he has 2 systems running, so, and they're similar in terms of focal lengths. They're not exact, but they're similar. See, my guiding is not anywhere near as good when I'm shooting down there in the southwest or the south. Oh boy, this guy's gonna restart this frame. Oh, I'm running into my little. Yes, indeed. Running into my issue with my mount from time to time. It's popping up now. I need the weather to get warmer. It's only 27 degrees here.
Yeah, I think I'm about. Not sure what I am.
I am going to copy
Take a
those first
peek.
4 frames over to this folder.
I think tomorrow night's supposed to be a good night. It's 37 here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We got up to close to 60 this week. Last week.
Now it says there's a chance of rain. Tomorrow evening's supposed to be clear. So it'll be better than right now. See where I'm at. Oh, I'm up in the 9s now. I might as well pack it in. This ain't no fun. Told my wife and say goodnight to her. Told her it's not good out there. I've got 85 minutes on the well and the pup and the hockey stick on my 127.
Are you still logged into YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can log out of there.
Oh, you
I'm going to shut down.
want me to do something?
No, I just want you
You're going to shut down?
Yeah, if you're the only other one on the YouTube channel, I'm going to shut it down.
Okay. All right.
Because you can watch right here on the WebEx.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say adios to anybody that's on the YouTube channel. If you want to continue with us, you'll have to log into our WebEx. So, unless unless I'll give you 2 minutes to type it text into here. Tom G said hello. Tom, that's you, isn't it? Yeah, that's you from a long time ago. I'm running.
No, I was when there were 5 people on. I
Yeah.
think I typed that to see if I could get any responses from the lurkers.
Hey, AutoGuider, my drive is going nuts. What's going on here? Holy cow!
It's a weird looking dither.
No, it's dithering because it wants to restart itself. That's the only reason it's dithering. Because the frame got it stopped the frame, so it says, okay, I'll start again. And I've got this. I found a bug in SG Pro, and this showed up last time a week ago or 10 days ago when I was on, and that is I can't bring my control panel back up. Cool. It came out with the last update too. I'm gonna have to send them a note, tell them, look, what's going on here? The Control E won't bring the localized one back up. View. In fact, I can't even bring it up by selecting it off the menu. Huh.